Hello, welcome to the new season of the Gamer Gear podcast. We have reached season 4. You might be asking, what's different? Nothing, all right? It was already perfect the way it was. But looks like we have a super chat from Kaiton Chaz for $5. All right? I'm at work when I could be home gaming. SMH, I'm a loser.
SMH.
SMH.
Hi.
So, yeah, and also on this season premiere, I am joined by Moxie.
Hello, I am Moxie. I don't have any content out there really, but I do VTube and I do have a blog and a website and stuff, and I will hopefully exist around more. So nice to meet you.
Yes, her at will be in the description. Should we say the lore behind or when it comes to the Castle Crasher stream?
We should save it for when we have a follow-up Castle Crasher stream. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna do the follow-up Castle Crasher stream.
Since I did originally flake on one a while ago.
6 months ago.
Connie, that's one of my people. Hi.
Very cool. So let's get right into the first topic. Armor trims are coming to Minecraft 1.20. So these are what the armor trims look like. This is a very
all right.
I don't know. I mean, aesthetically it looks cool, I guess. So I think armor trims they've been in Minecraft media, just not officially for for like I'm pretty sure there was somebody wore armor that looked like this in Minecraft story mode. Rest in peace, Minecraft story mode, by the way.
Rest in peace, the pig.
So true. Ruben. Real.
F for Ruben.
He was, yeah. Oh, I only played like the first season of content. I didn't know anything else happened after that. Now it's gone. So
yeah, it came out at the same time as Dungeons, and I was way more excited for that.
Ooh. So let's continue on. Armor trims are patterns for your armor that allow you to personalize your armor, add flair, and show off your overworld travels. They come in 11 different patterns that you can dye in 10 different colors. To trim your armor, you need to hunt down a smithing table, a new required ingredient for making upgrades at the smithing table. These can be found all over the worlds of Minecraft, so get ready for some interdimensional adventures if you want a complete set. So, I believe, is the smithing table, because I remember 1.15 was it? They added all the new benches. The smithing table was useless. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was the smithing table, and then there was something else that ended up being for netherite, I believe.
The map making thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the cartographer's table.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we actually get a use for the smithing table. Like this, like what, 4 years later, we get a use for it.
Yeah, once it said smithing table, I was like, oh, honestly, my initial reaction was like, trims sound like something that probably should be in a mod or something. I wouldn't want it in the base game, honestly. It feels like capes. I don't really want it. But then I was like, oh, it's kind of inconsequential because it's using that table that we were never using before anyways, so I guess I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, I it's making use of previous feature. They just added it to the game. It's like, what are we going to do with this? We'll find out eventually. We'll find out. So this adds a good level of customization to it because if you want say historically diamond, now netherite, just everybody's gonna look the same. And from what this seems to be, that this is purely cosmetic. So yeah,
seems like it's cosmetic and it's just not going to mess with the game's balance in the first place. So
yeah,
pretty inconsequential.
To be fair, Minecraft has had a difficult balance of either completely messing up the balance or just being completely inconsequential.
Yep.
Yeah, but I want to know what you were dissing capes. What is your issue with capes?
Oh, when they announced capes, I was like, okay, capes are kind of a cool thing that people that play modded can add sometimes if they want or whatever. But I just play vanilla, and I don't want extra stuff added to my game. And then they did a lot of things that upset me as far as like transferring over stuff, mixing just cash grabby stuff with whenever it was being like whenever everybody had to transfer over their accounts and everything, it just felt like they just added capes as a way to placate people
Hmm.
and make them just shut up about the fact that everyone had to start using Microsoft stuff when everyone just wanted to play Minecraft and didn't want anything to do with big Microsoft. But that's just my beef. I know it's just a cape. It's not really a big deal. It doesn't affect my gameplay at all.
So okay. So when I think of capes, I think about like them historically. It seems you're more talking about the modern use of capes, as in with the whole like Bedrock character customization. Is that correct?
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Because in the I grew up playing the Xbox 360 edition, so
Mhm.
like some skins just had capes attached to them.
Oh no, so I also grew up playing Legacy console before it was Legacy, I guess.
Hmm.
And yeah, I guess some skins like I was okay with them having like per skin being a little like out of the box or whatever.
Hmm.
I think I just don't like that there is like a super customizable like I don't like that you can just character create inside of Minecraft now, I think that's what I have beef with.
Okay. See that like with in the Xbox, the console editions, basically they had some wacky skins. Yoda was like less than a block tall. That was that was funny. That was
Yeah, it actually affects gameplay too. That's crazy.
yeah, like if you're playing high, I remember watching. I'm pretty sure it's Stampy Longhead. All right, he
Oh my gosh.
he switched his skin to Yoda in a hide and seek mini game.
Oh my god, that's just the Giga Strat right there.
Yeah,
That's 200 IQ. That's not even cheating.
yeah, and also like with these skins, they were actually addressed by 4J Studios when they officially added mini game support. So for like
Mhm.
Spleef, there was like Spleef, which I think was called Tumble, then PvP. I think this mostly
Mm,
applies to PvP, the Hunger Games
yeah.
type game mode, where there was like a competitive mode, then like a sillier mode with less rules. And in this competitive
Yeah.
mode, you could only use the more basic type of skins. There,
Oh, okay. So for the tryhards that wanna like it's like speedrunning whenever they divide it up into
yeah.
kind of no glitches, but we allow the ones that everyone knows are just part of the game. And then there's the people that are like no glitches.
Yeah, basically. That like there's a bunch more there's a bunch more to it, but it's been a few years since I've played the console editions online. It's been not to mention the mini games, which ever since Bedrock kind of came out, and also not to mention Microsoft Microsoft literally delisted the legacy console editions, and that was that.
Wait, they delisted them?
Yeah.
That makes me sad. Oh.
Yeah, so you cannot play. So if you have a Nintendo Switch current day,
Mhm.
you have to either track down your only option is to track down a used copy of Minecraft for Nintendo Switch. The only thing you can
Oh
buy
my
nowadays is
gosh.
Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Yeah.
Damn. I know they were trying to push in that direction, but I didn't know it was ever going to get to a point to where it just wasn't even on the store.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
delisted on all consoles. The latest holdout was PS4, I believe, because
mhm.
PlayStation had stricter rules when it came to crossplay, and really the only
Yeah.
benefit of
Oh.
Bedrock Edition is crossplay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember back whenever like I was still like playing Legacy console when it existed, I guess. That was like weird to go and play on PlayStation and then it used actually a whole different currency too because it was like different they handled their money separately.
Yeah, yeah. It leaned into the mobile game kind of like, oh, you have your premium currency that you have to
Mhm.
buy in packs of like 500 to 1,000.
Oh, we love that. It's
Yeah.
my gaming culture. I love the state of gaming right now.
Speaking of the state of gaming, clean segue. High on Life was the biggest Xbox Game
Nice.
Pass launch in 2022. So, it,
Wow.
yeah, if you're not aware of High on Life, it is created by the creator of Rick and Morty, and you might be aware of the creator of Rick and Morty, as he is in the news for no longer being associated with Rick and Morty.
Yeah, that's some pretty cool timing right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, just right before. So is it okay? Is this high? Yeah, high on life. Okay, is it actually gonna? Okay, here's the actual image to it. So the whole is basically just Rick and Morty humor for the most part. It's just you you have a gun that talks, and then it just makes countless references. There was this clip going around. It's like, oh, we're in the like elevator, and this is just like Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh my
He
gosh.
he pronounced it Evangelion.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen anything about this. I live under a rock. I didn't know that they decided to make it into a new game and then not even call it Rick and Morty. Like,
This has happened before. Like,
look at the character design.
yeah, like there's I think Trover Saves the Universe. I think that's also created by the Rick and Morty like creators. Justin Roiland, that's his name, and it very much Aliens leaned into the same humor style. So yeah, okay. From the co-creator of Rick and Morty and Solar Opposites comes High on Life. How is Solar Opposites doing? Maybe that'll be where he remains. Who knows? But so I feel this might be the same thing where people were just hate playing it. This is the Velma effect. It's so popular because people like were dunking on it so much on social media.
Yeah, and they just have to play it. They have to see it. They don't want to not be a part of it. They gotta know how to shit on it too.
Real, yeah, exact. I mean, to be fair, if you have Game Pass already, it's free. It comes with Game Pass. You might
low commitment.
Yeah, very, very low commitment. Just I played Game Pass games for like not even like 1 hour, 2 hours. Don't care. I just like okay, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with letting this go. I didn't pay for it.
I like how someone in your chat, Ivan, said, so that's why eggs are so expensive. Now everyone knows they can hit Ender Dragons.
yeah, the crystals. Yeah, it'll explode the crystal. I mean, I just use snowballs for the crystals for the most part. I don't know. Call me weird. I thought snowballs were the strat, not eggs.
It feels like it would work. You feel cool doing it. I think it's a viable strat.
Yeah, the only problem it comes when you have to like get the caged ones with the bars, the iron bars. That's
Do you remember how you killed the Ender Dragon the first time you did it?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't. It was probably in creative mode, in all honesty.
I do, because I was a pussy. I dug like 3 blocks deep, and then 2 blocks like to the side, and then like dug like a little tunnel that way, and I just kept popping in and out like a groundhog. And I would go fight it, and I would go under and use my healing items, and I go fight it, and I was like, yeah, it was whenever they first added the update to the game, and I'm 22, so however old that would make me, I was a big pussy. And I was wondering if you had a story like that. You said it might have been in creative mode. Yeah,
but if we're talking about legitimately, I don't. So I think if legitimately, I had a world with my friend, and he got grounded or something, so I had to just do it myself, and I built up with blocks underneath.
Yeah.
And then I just like smacked him myself, and I believe I had a water bucket going down. But I think it wasn't. You
had some actual strat.
No, it wasn't like a clutch strat. It was I'd have the water bucket on top, or like the top, and then it would just go all the way down.
And it was just a source block at the top so that you could like have a little ladder.
Yeah, so I could just go down it like slowly. And
that's so funny. I was thinking you were doing like the speedrun strat of like breaking your fall when you were like a kid. That would have been crazy.
No, that like I didn't really learn that until 2019. Like or like I didn't care to try that until 2019, I should say.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's something that I just saw like my Minecraft YouTubers do, and then I was like, why would I ever need to do that shit? I don't care.
Yeah, I remember just my like friends and I just like all just tried that out. Like my friends like, hey guys, launch me up with the TNT launcher, and then just go all the way up, and he just like try to break his fall with the water bucket, and it
I'll
worked.
do it. I swear, guys, I won't fall.
I think it worked like 2 out of 3 times. The
I was
third
gonna say I just
time. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, yeah, high on life is big. Probably who knows what Justin Roiland will do next. Maybe in prison. Who knows? Horizon Zero Dawn PS5 remake allegedly not being developed by Guerrilla Games. So here's the main issue. I don't care if it's not being developed by Guerrilla Games, the original developers. It could still work without them. Maybe if they have like a minor role advisory, but why do we need a PS4 game that came out in 2017 to be remade
for the PS5?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the PS5 is backwards compatible with the PS4.
It is extremely backwards compatible. Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what the issue is.
Yeah, this is the same thing with The Last of Us Part 1, which is a remake of The Last of Us Remastered. And so we have like 3 different editions of The Last of Us. All right, it's been remastered for PS4, originally came out on PS3, then completely remade on PS5. Just completely.
I remember is that on the year when I was watching Game Awards and wanted to see any game that I knew, that game won everything instead. So that's my only exposure to that game.
Oh yeah, the remember The Last of Us Part 2 in 2020 Game Awards.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, the only reason I really cared about the 2020 Game Awards because I'm pretty sure it was announced beforehand that there would be a Smash Bros. Character in it. And
I think you're right. And everyone was saying it was going to be Steve.
that was earlier. Steve was announced. Earlier? Yeah, Steve was announced October 2020. And then Sephiroth was announced in the Game Awards, which is December 2020. Yeah, because all my friends and I in high school that cared about Nintendo, because in 2018, there was a fake out trailer. It was it looked like Persona 5. It had the Persona 5 cast. It was Joker, and then he turns around the calling card. It's a Smash Bros. Logo. So that that surprised everybody, and I remember I saw that trailer. When I was in the truck getting Smash Bros. Ultimate, that was what happened, and so everybody next year was like, okay, guys, we got to see what the new Smash Bros. Rep is. 2019, Nintendo had 2 announcements, neither of them being Smash Bros. Or anything substantial at all. It was not. It was just so.
That's anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was very boring because I was sitting on my couch just I was basically treating it how Gen X or boomers treat the Oscars or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah, it was not a good experience. And then
I've been
for 2020, I don't even think I might have watched another streamer react to it. I was okay, I know there's gonna be a Smash rep. I'm pretty sure actually it opened with a Smash rep, and then I just turned it off. That's it.
What else are you watching for at that point?
Yeah, exactly. So I was okay, got out of the way. Let's go. I'm not sticking through with this. And then
I'm feeling brought up empathy for you on this Nintendo thing, because I have heard all of my Nintendo fan friends cry about all of their games for my whole life, and I've never had to fuck with that shit. I've always played Xbox, and I just have to watch my company eat everything. That's all I have to worry about.
And then not do anything good.
And I'm just used to that. Yeah, that's yep.
Yeah.
Those are my people.
do you I don't know, I highly doubt that Bethesda would come out better with Microsoft, because judging by the track record, remember they bought Rareware, and then they were just have them make Connect games. Connect Sport is
Rare. I'm having like repressed memories. Or did they make Viva Pinata?
I believe so. Yeah, Viva Pinata,
Oh my god.
or not Crash, Banjo Kazooie,
Oh
and
my god.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, I forgot they existed. You're telling me that
Yeah.
Microsoft bought them and they died? Fuck.
Not died. They still exist. Like they're the developers behind Sea of Thieves. But
yeah, I guess I've heard of people playing that game. Sure.
yeah, Rare is not what it used to be. Like to be fair, Nintendo did absolutely fumble the bag when it came to they could have easily bought up Rare. Just completely.
Bro, I googled it, and the first thing is people also ask, does Rare still make games? And then the thing below that is, why did Microsoft buy Rareware?
Yeah, sounds about right. Conker has been there hasn't been a new game in ages.
Yeah.
There's only one game in a remake which is censored, but Banjo Kazooie, the third game, Nuts and Bolts, that was a travesty, literal travesty. Well,
that is something that I also know nothing about. Only people in my periphery have played Crash Bandicoot related things.
Okay, all right. This got mildly off topic, but
oh yeah, I do that a lot. That's going to be a pretty consistent theme with me. You're going to have to keep pulling me back.
This is making it more enjoyable, honestly.
Oh, cool.
So, there are many robust rumors that have sprouted recently implying Horizon Zero Dawn's PS5 remake or remaster is on the horizon. However, not so many details have currently emerged about the intriguing prospect. The latest rumor discussed unexpected developments, shedding more light on the rumored PS5 remake. The PS5 remake of Horizon Zero Dawn is supposedly not being developed by Guerrilla Games, the original developers of the IP. So why?
Why is that happening? Does it say, or is it just speculation?
This seems like all speculation, but considering that there's literally the Last of Us Part 1 remake, I wouldn't put it past them. I feel like this could literally just be, okay, up the frame rate or render it at a higher quality. That's what you get on a PS5. It's not that difficult.
And that could just be an update pushed out for the game. It doesn't need to be a whole new product that's sold. It reminds me of Dark Souls, when they were like, Dark Souls Remastered, we patched your bugs. And it's like, oh, okay. Thanks. I'm glad I had to pay for that.
Yeah. That was but I
guess they did some update stuff. I started playing after Remaster came out, so I can't really talk very much, but it seems like basically the same game just exists twice, but with slightly better graphics for the second one.
Yeah, I did hear some stuff about that. And also the Nintendo Switch version was delayed, and the graphical capabilities of Dark Souls Remastered on Switch is basically the same as the original Dark Souls, but it's still called Dark Souls Remastered. Just it's kind of I remember there was a bit of controversy about that, how it wasn't really anything, but I believe if you had the original, you got it at a discount, the remastered version.
I would bet it's something like that. Yeah, I know something that bothered people was that there was a bug where you couldn't it was that the inputs that showed up on screen, so it'll, how to prompt you, it'll be like, press Y to do this. It would not show it would either not show keyboard inputs or not show controller inputs. It was stuck in one of those. I can't remember which one, but yeah. Oh, it was controller, because nobody ever plays Dark Souls with keyboard ever. But if you are, then fuck you, I guess, because it just wouldn't show the right inputs, and you just had to figure that shit out on your own. Or I guess look in the menu and see it. But I believe that's how it was. And then they patched it via releasing the remaster. I think that is what happened.
Wow. Yeah. For example, with Persona 5, you have one disc for Xbox. It'll work for Xbox One and Xbox Series. And
cool.
there is... on Xbox One, it plays at 30 frames per second. On Series, it plays at 60 frames. But it's the same disc. All right. But on PS5, the PlayStation 4 disc of Persona 5 it doesn't it's locked at 30. You have to buy specifically the PS5 version for Persona for 60
my
FPS.
God.
Yeah.
That's so fucked. They
Yeah.
just hate you. They just don't care at that point. Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Wait, okay. I can think of some reasons why they might do that. If they know that it's going to cause the game to run shitty, and then they just don't want to release a shitty product. I guess that's a pretty realistic reason why they might do that. But it probably is just a cash grab, because
Yeah.
if it can do it, you should have the choice to be able to run the game shitty by your own, or on your own, if you already purchased it.
Yeah. Like, just imagine. So there's Persona 5 on PlayStation 4 when it originally released, and there's like 3 years later there's the Royal. So you have to buy Royal again. This isn't even including
3
DLC.
years later, that's not that long.
Yeah. And by the way, there's DLC for both the base Persona 5, which was included in Royal, but then Royal had more DLC. And then Persona 5 Royal comes out on all platforms. And if you're a PlayStation, if you have Royal for PS4, if you want the 60 FPS, you have to buy it for the PS5 specifically.
So ass. And I bet it's also partially a marketing thing, just so that they're selling PS5 things.
Yeah, probably. But speaking of Persona, all right, within the last week, we have Persona 3 Portable and Persona 3 Golden on every console. So
okay, can you explain to me what that means as someone that has never played any Persona game ever?
Yes, Persona 3 Portable, it originally came out on the PSP and is a remaster X, or kind of like demaster technically, of the Persona 3 on PS2. Persona 4 Golden, it's been out on Steam for 2.5 years just about, but now it's on Xbox, Switch, PlayStation, or modern day PlayStation. Historically, Persona has been very much a PlayStation series ever since the PlayStation 1. Really, the only thing that has deviated from that is spin-offs as of recent. For example, Persona Q and Q2 on 3DS, and Persona 5 Strikers, which is a direct sequel to Persona 5, came out on Switch, which didn't have...
Is this correlated with something being bought out, I'm assuming?
No, it's not.
Licensing, something like that.
I mean, you could argue there was rumors that Microsoft was going to buy Sega, and Sega owns Atlas. But
okay, yeah, I was wondering where where it followed up to who owns Persona. Okay, so it is pretty separate from everything then.
Yeah, I don't believe it's because of any buyouts or anything. To be fair, historically speaking, Xbox was not really for JRPGs. And also Nintendo, they just kind of weren't selling well, or were either for just casual consumers. Like you couldn't have Persona 1 and 2 on the N64. There's like two RPGs on N64. And, it was mostly that, like, it was like PlayStation. PlayStation had a grip on it ever since they came out. But then Xbox really wanted to cut into that market with the JRPGs. Also, Nintendo Switch, that blew up. People love taking it on the go, all that good stuff. So, we got Persona 3 Portable and 4 Golden on every platform. Same with Persona 5. That was a few months ago. So, there's some issues with the remaster of Persona 3 Portable, which is
awesome. Who could have guessed?
Arguably
How
worse.
Feel about it? They're fine with it, right? They're totally happy. They don't care. They're totally fine.
Okay.
No, y'all are mad.
First off, de novo anti-cheat software. So there's there's anti-cheat, which is gonna make the game run worse, and also the audio for the remastered version is worse and more compressed on.
Oh no!
Yeah, even on computer than it is on the PSP.
So just the original files are just actually worse. Why would they? And they re-released. This is after the fact. It didn't get better. It got worse.
Yeah. Oh, and also the backgrounds are AI upscaled. So, and it's kind of obvious. It used a free. I think it's like Waifu 2X. It's a free just upscaler. So didn't even go back and do it yourself. But it looks like we have a super chat from Kite and Chaz. Says, if you enjoy Persona, then check out my channel for when I live stream Persona 5 Royal. Good chill, question mark.
Smooth.
So, real smooth. Thank you for the $5.
Maybe I'll go check out Persona on your channel then.
Real. Yeah, and not to mention, Persona 3 Portable being remastered was already a controversial decision because there's not really a definitive edition of Persona 3 when it, out the gate. Because Persona has a thing with re-releases. So on the PlayStation 2, there's Persona 3, then a year later, Persona 3 FES, which has more story content and a few other bells and whistles. People consider that to be the definitive edition, but then there's also the PSP version, which came out a few years later, which has some major changes and also a completely new playable protagonist with her own social links. But the whole
very new.
Yeah, thing is, the whole game is presented in a visual novel style. So, obviously, because the PSP is less powerful than PS2, there had to be some compromises there.
Yeah.
And there's not really a definitive edition of it because it's like the PSP version doesn't even have the FES content in it.
Yeah. Then there's like just kind of some contents in some versions of the game, some ports it didn't make it to it. People are kind of. Is there anything that's like? Well, I guess there's a whole ass character, so yeah, there's got to be some continuity disagreements.
Yeah, Yeah, they had to fit everything on a single. I mean, I don't think the lore when it comes to Persona is a little, kind of, you could consider it.
I want to learn about all the different ports of it and like more specifically like how they ported it over, what they cut out, like what the devs were like having to deal with. That's always interesting to me. I know Resident Evil had a lot of drama with. Well, I say drama. It's like. That's a weird word to use. It's just stress with the developers because they were like, how the fuck do we fit this onto this? And they had to do a lot of different things, basically just re-engineer the game.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they did that with any Persona ports. That would be really cool to learn.
That's what was done with the PSP. It's essentially.
That's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, it's essentially just like taking. You know how some games, especially with like when the DS and 3DS came out, they would have like the console version and then a separate like DS version with the same name.
Yeah,
that's kind of the thing with Persona 3 FES and portable. They're like, think of it like that. There's not there's not really a definitive edition already, but they decided to just do PSP, Persona 3 portable.
Oh, did you ever play Catherine?
I have it on my Steam account. I'm planning on playing it on a live stream.
Cool. So, which version of the game do you have? Because they also did a thing where they added a whole ass character.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I have Catherine on Steam, and they released Catherine on Steam like 2 months before Catherine Full Body came out on everything else but Steam. So it just made I just like for the
it never came out on Steam?
No, not Full Body, only the original Catherine. Yeah.
Why are they throwing money away? Why would they do that?
Well, okay, Atlas is a Japanese company which seems very not understanding. There's just some mess up in the head.
There's just some kind of a barrier going on. I know there's a lot of miscommunications that can happen in the industry between Japan and America. I've heard of lots of this.
Yeah. I remember when the Persona 4 Golden port came to Steam in 2020, they did not expect it to do good at all. Because they didn't even know there was a market for JRPGs on PC. And then it just did gangbusters.
That's crazy. I can't believe that everyone's trying to hop on the bandwagon now after it's like, yeah, we've already played them all. We already... all the tropes, we know them. What do you got?
Yeah. Continuing with the article, Persona 3 Portable first released on the PlayStation Portable in Japan in November 2009, before arriving in North America in 2010 and later in Europe in 2011. This remake of the cult classic PS2 JRPG combines elements from the original version and Persona 3 FES, an expanded re-release that made numerous changes and added a story epilogue called The Answer. While the epilogue was not included in Portable, the remake introduced many elements also introduced in Persona 4 in 2008, such as controllable party members in combat. So yeah, by the way, in Persona 3 and FES, you could not control your own party members in combat.
Okay, and then they just changed the entire...
So that was changed in Persona 4.
It seems like that would completely change the way that you would think about combat in the first place, right?
Well, I don't know. There's just something frustrating about an AI. Like, you only control one party member out of 4, and then there's just 3 AIs
that are just popping off doing whatever.
yeah, basically.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
that can just be a big hurdle for newcomers. And obviously, if you played Persona 5, that's kind of, that's considered baby's first Persona. It's pretty easy. So you maybe Alice just doesn't want people going into Persona 3 and not understanding. It's very
they're taking a little baby mode now that the game got more popular, and then they're going back and making the older games easier because they're like, wait, guys, you can go back and play them. So it said it added an epilogue called The Answer. I feel like if they added something like that to anything that I play, I'd be pissed. Is that something that's accepted?
I heard that the answer is not really good in terms of both gameplay and story.
Base.
Because it's considered like an epilogue. It ties up all the loose ends, you could say. Yeah, cool. But this was back in the PS2 era, so I guess it kind of makes sense where you would have to do a whole new re-release just for.
Okay, yeah, that is a long time ago. To be fair, I was thinking that this was more recent.
No, yeah. So yeah, it says Persona 4 came out in 2008, and then Persona 3 came out.
Oh yeah, it says right there.
Yeah, or the portable edition at least came out in 2009.
Yeah, so that means the other one was even earlier.
Yeah. While Persona 3 Portable has been well received by returning fans and newcomers, the latest port from Atlas to Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and PC has received some criticism. While a lot of these criticisms focus on the use of AI upscaling on characters and backgrounds, one major flaw that fans have pointed out is that all versions of the game contain some heavily compressed audio. Thankfully, a patch appears to be in the works, at least according to Twitter user SMT Network. According to the account, an update for Persona 3 Portable in all the final stages of development and will tackle the audio compression for all versions of the game.
So they did that it's not going to be like that, I guess.
Yeah, so there'll be an update. There'll be an update for it to be normal. And the funny thing is, Atlas did the same thing where they remastered Shin Megami Tensei 3, and the audio compression was the same as the PlayStation 2 audio compression. Which by the way, the audio, the music, everything was heavily compressed for SMT3 because it all fit on one disc.
Yeah, I was wondering if the reason why they tried to release something with super compressed audio was because they were like, man, let's see if we can just try to make the file size a little smaller. Let's see if we can have just less components moving and the game will run a little smoother. Let's see if they just notice. Do they even care about the OST? And then everyone's like, yes, we do care about the OST. And then they're like, fine.
It's Persona 3, yeah, or it's Persona in general. Of course we care about the OST.
Yeah, I've never played the game, but I do listen to the soundtrack on YouTube, so I know people like it. I like it.
That is a lot of Persona fans, I guarantee you. No, the first I remember that when Persona 5 was announced, or coming to like every console, what my reaction to it was, wow, I'm glad Persona fans can finally play Persona 5. And that struck a chord. Yeah, but speaking of which, there is a rumor of a Persona 3 remake and Persona 6 reportedly being far along in development. Reveals are planned for the summer. To be fair, there has been a lot of talk about a full remake of Persona 3 because the whole schism when it came to Persona 3 FES versus portable, it's been going back for a long time. And I do think that it does need a remake, because it can have the quality of life fixes when it comes to Persona 3, and all the basically the gameplay, the style, all that good stuff from Persona 5's engine, and then it'll have the extra content in FES. Not to mention the other playable protagonists introduced in portable, which we have not had a second protagonist since. There's because there's basically like two completely different, not two completely different games, but they're two different. You're playing as two completely separate people.
Yeah, perspective in the game.
Yeah, the dialogues even changed too, like very very subtly. But it's cool.
Huh. It's a little neat that they did that. I guess I like stuff that's like matching like that, gimmicky. It's cute.
Yeah. Thing is, I don't think I believe this to be true. Okay, one, it's a reset era. For them. I've heard this for a while. I doubt it's really gonna happen. Maybe one of them. I highly doubt, because I'm pretty sure Persona 6 there was just a creative lull that the dev team was in where they just didn't know where to go with it. And also with the
what do the devs like? How do we know this? How do the devs talk to us? Are these rumors, or are the devs tweeting? Like,
I just know there was a developer interview where they said like after Persona 5 came out, there was just like creative lull. But that that was a while ago. Persona 5 originally came out in 2016 in Japan. So
okay. So this has been a while.
Yeah, long time. And I believe Persona.
Hopefully they thought of something by now.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's fine. They might, because Persona 2 had a sequel, so it was like Persona 2 and Persona 2 basically. I feel like they wouldn't be against just doing a Persona 5 too, because the Phantom Thieves are like really popular. Persona 5 in particular.
Everyone does like Persona 5. Yeah, it would be free money for them instantly.
There are some purists that don't like Persona 5 with how much. Because it's basically like, oh, it's so popular, there has to be backlash. That's essentially it. Yeah, but I feel like that could be easy money. There kind of is already Persona 5 2 with Strikers, but it's a Warriors game basically.
Yeah. My ears perked up when I heard that the leak used the phrase "far along in development." Because every time I hear about game stuff getting leaked, I don't really care unless it's like from some place that's like especially reputable, or it's like a really weird link or leak. Like whenever Silk Song was in like the NVIDIA thing, it was like, oh my gosh, it's coming out in Q1 of 2022 or whatever it was, and it was like that shit obviously didn't happen.
Yeah,
but
that was. We're still
like
waiting
that,
for it.
I usually don't listen, but I've never heard it described as like far along in development. That sounds like someone that's confident said that.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel like, oh, maybe it'll really happen. Maybe we're about to get it.
And also, it's in quotes. So I feel like, what would release first? Like Persona 3 remake or Persona 6? Because they already have a Persona 3 portable. Like they just released Persona 3 portable on everything. Why would they release a remake less than a year later? That's the issue.
Yeah, it would make more sense for them to kind of sandwich it in and do like, Persona 6 and then do like a little marketing kind of riding the wave off of that release and then be like, by the way, we did 3 again.
Yeah, that could, I don't know, would Persona 3 be more similar in gameplay and style to Persona 5 than Persona 6 in that case, if they're being developed simultaneously? Yeah, these are
completely separate teams, right? There's no way they would be sharing resources. That'd be way too complicated.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
But I don't know, because every company is different, and sometimes they use like the same people for lore stuff or story writing, that kind of stuff. They want continuity. But this game seems so big that probably there's a lot of people that contribute to it, right?
Yeah, most likely. Especially after Persona 5, that like every it was big. So yeah. So, but we have one more Persona related topic, by the way. Speaking of Persona 5, there are currently 3 outstanding Persona 5 related domain names:
Ooh.
p5m.jp, p5b.jp, and p5u.jp.
So maybe there's your Persona 5 too. Mysterious.
Yeah, who knows? Today, P5B and P5M were renewed after an update on the 16th. Persona 5M, Persona 5B, however, have been suspended like P5AG on April 30th, 2021. So, and by the way, companies do this all the time where they just like trademark stuff, domain names just in case. They don't really have to act on anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because you see a renewal for something, it doesn't necessarily mean something else is going to come out. So I think the top comment here is Persona 5 Basketball and Persona 5M. Dude, imagine Persona 5 Basketball. That'd be funny.
I'd play it. That's my first Persona game.
Yeah, but like there has been definitely Persona spin-offs quite a bit. Like I'm trying to, like, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. There hasn't been. I doubt there may be an Arena Ultimax or Arena, like, fighting game when it comes to Persona 5, because the developers of the Persona 4 Arena games, they are very busy right now with Dragon Ball and Blaze Blue. Like they're much more popular now and have.
I haven't heard the name Blaze Blue in so long. That's still a game? Oh my gosh.
Okay, maybe that's not relevant currently, but like they're working on Dragon Ball games now. So
Cool.
that's definitely bigger fish than what we have now. But yeah, there may be Persona 5 spin-offs coming soon. Maybe, who knows?
They're just a Persona machine. There's a million of these games. How many are there actually?
Okay.
I'm sure you don't have like a number off the top of your head,
no,
but like, is it like there's a couple spin-offs of each one, or is it like there's kind of 2 storylines going on? Like, what's happening?
So I don't think there's any spin-offs of Persona 1 and 2. Okay, so let's just talk about Persona 5. All right, there's Persona 5, Persona 5 Royal, Persona 5 Dancing, Persona 5 Strikers. Persona Q2 basically is, implements Persona 5 stuff. So that's 5 right there just for Persona 5. I'm sure there's one I'm missing. I feel like there has to be one. But Persona 4 has Persona 4 Dancing, Persona 4 Golden, Persona 4 Arena, and then Arena Ultimax.
Okay, yeah. So they just expanded more and more and more as they're growing. So then every time there's a new Persona game, you can expect them to release exponentially more. So it's not surprising that they have a lot now.
Yeah, and Persona 5 Dancing was a dual release with Persona 3 Dancing. So both came out, like, I want to say 2018 maybe. But both are just dancing games built off of the engine of Persona 4 Dancing, which Persona 4 Dancing is better than both of them.
Second, I'm suddenly interested. When you say dancing, are you talking about a rhythm game?
Yes.
Is this a stepping
yes.
Game? Oh my gosh. Wait a second. Let me find out if they have a machine near me. Wait, when did they come out with this? Is this thing that they have now, or is it only in Japan?
No, it is released on consoles and PS Vita, or Persona 4 Dancing was on PS Vita at least.
Okay, wait, so is it tracking body movement? Is that what kind of dancing game it is?
No, I don't think so. I think it's with the buttons.
Okay, cool. I like those. I'm super interested now. That's going to be my first Persona game, and then Persona 5 Basketball.
All right. To be fair, I do think the stories do kind of spoil the games, or like it's basically built off of the you have to kind of know the original source material before you go there.
Dang, yeah, and I kind of find it valuable that despite kind of having like Persona on my playlist forever, like maybe a decade, I think that I know basically nothing about it. I don't think I've ever had anything about it spoiled to me, and I've like paid attention to it enough to actually know what it means.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
and
yeah.
this is the time when I go to my Discord server and everyone's going to tell me who dies or fucks or whoever. But yeah, I am excited that I can just go into it completely blind. So maybe I
Hmm.
shouldn't waste it. Maybe I should just follow whatever the diehard fans say you're supposed to go in order of.
Yeah, I mean, like they're all kind of separate,
Mhm.
separate, but there's some like reoccurring stuff. But
Oh, so you're just saying I should play 4 before I play the dancing one?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
like yeah, and probably I'd say probably like 4, 5, 3. That'd probably be like the ideal order, maybe.
4, 5, 3.
Yeah, and then
I'm
like
writing this down.
okay,
I'm holding
okay,
you to this.
yeah, we can.
And if some other diehard fan comes in and is like, "Oh my gosh, why are you playing 4 first? What's wrong with you?" I'm gonna be like, "Bro, this guy told me to," and I'm gonna link to your channel, and they're gonna yell at you.
Okay.
I'm holding you to this
Yeah,
shit.
go for it. Go for it. I've been yelled at enough. Yeah, don't even tell me. All right, all right. Also, and by the way,
Infighting.
yeah, watch out between the war between SMT fans and Persona fans. It's kind of and by
Oh,
war I mean
okay.
just like elitism by the Mega 10
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
basically it.
familiar with internet wars. It's always elitism, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, all right. We've had enough talk about Persona. We can
Okay.
I can we can talk about this later probably off stream. Nintendo
Cool,
starts
I'm
cracking
excited.
down on Steam custom art. So Steam announced its new interface in 2019, which changed the look of the platform and lets users create custom art for the games, even Nintendo games. So, so for example, if you have a game in your Steam library, so I'm gonna open up Steam right now. So you'll probably like click on a game, you'll see like a banner and a logo above like the
Mhm.
play or stop button. If you right click that, you can set a custom background and set a custom logo. This is what Nintendo is cracking down on legally.
So, just to confirm real quick, this is visible to you and
Yeah.
nobody else, right?
Yeah, yeah, it should like unless you
Okay.
screenshot it, it'll
You're
only be
streaming
visible to you.
Okay, I was just confirming. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, this is making a lot less sense now. So, a site where all this custom art was made, SteamGrid DB, a database for all Steam games where the users can create their own version of a game's box art and banner, making the
Mhm.
site thrive in creative and original art. This eventually led
Oh.
to use, yeah. So like I've actually used that website before. It
Mhm.
is really good, especially when you're trying to import non-Steam games.
Mhm.
Like there was like a Sonic fan game that was like, okay, I'll just like launch it through Steam, and then I like imported the like pre-made Steam Grid DB artwork and
Oh.
stuff. So I didn't have to like mess around in Photoshop messing with the dimensions of the images.
Yeah,
And
it's pretty preset and just kind of shits it out for you. That's so cool.
yeah, and
And
if you
now, wait, so that website, is it saying that that website is now suffering because of this?
I'm assuming so.
Okay.
So let's see. Let's continue. Nintendo saw
Mhm.
the original box art for some of their games being used and issued a DMCA to the custom art site, prompting
Oh.
them to take down any artwork owned by the company.
Okay.
The site's creators did manage to leave the fan artwork untouched at the behest from Nintendo. They seemingly did not care about original fan art. Oh,
Huh.
huh. This of course only lasted for a while, and creators promptly went back to uploading copyrighted material because Nintendo surely can't sue anyone or everyone, I hope. The reasoning behind the original takedown was Nintendo thought it could lead to customer confusion, which is nonsensical as the site never offered anything related to piracy or said that Steam was offering these games.
Mhm.
Something that has been observed over the years is that Nintendo is aggressive with copyright. That yeah,
Mhm.
that is very true. They will take down. I remember like pre 2018, it was Nintendo had this program where either you like your entire channel would be like a Nintendo partner, and Nintendo would just take 30% of your revenue regardless of the video, or
Oh my,
it can be per video, which would be like 50%.
oh.
Yeah.
I remember a long time ago, I wouldn't have any idea when, or before 2020 at least, there was like a thing where they didn't want people to stream any of their games. Like it was like early in streaming culture where they were just like, you can't stream our games. And everyone was like, what? You
Yeah.
can't do that. You can't tell us what to fucking stream. Why do you want to kill your own game? Why are you doing this? And they were just like, you know what? Never mind. And then they just stopped enforcing it, I think.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember how it resolved
Yeah.
it all, but I do have an impression of them being like that in my head already, yeah.
Funny thing is, Atlas still does that. Like when Persona 5 came out, they were like, don't play past this date. Or like on live stream.
Oh, so they're saying you can't beat the game on stream?
Yeah, like until a certain day, like, you know, or like a certain date in real life. So,
oh, I thought you were saying you couldn't progress past a certain point in the game. You had to stop playing it live at that point.
That is true. Yeah, I did say that. You did hear me correctly. But like it would be like disabled like a month after launch or something, where Atlas wouldn't go after you. It's like an embargo or something of the sort. But only embargoes are meant for people who get the game early, not like, you know, consumers who want to stream your game. Yeah, this is yeah, I don't I don't get it. Why? Was Steam, so I think this is from the website. So this is all like this, so this is the artwork for Zelda Breath of the Wild. And you see
the fact that they were trying to take down only their stuff and not any of the fan art, it leads me to believe that someone was just annoyed at how their like title art was being used. And they were like, why are you moving where I put the logo? Bro, I put it right there. Why did you move it? That's like the vibe that I'm getting from it.
Yeah, you can see in the bottom left, this asset has been removed in response to the DMCA takedown notice. Which, thing is, there is still official art amongst these.
Yeah, so, like right next to it.
Were these uploaded after the DMCA spree?
Likely.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But let's continue. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, finally hit Steam 13 years later. So this game has quite the history behind it, and I'm pretty sure this article will cover it. This game was a well-received and seen by fans as a simple beat-em-up with a really good soundtrack, gaining a very devoted niche following, just like the movie itself. I remember watching the Scott Pilgrim movie. That was quite the movie.
Yeah. Time ago, I like cheesy movies, and that movie was very cheesy.
Yeah. It can be safe to say that quite a few consoles avoided being sold simply because they were the only platform capable of playing the game. O'Malley Edgar Wright, the film's director, and Scott Pilgrim fans all tried to rescue the game from licensing hell for years, seemingly to no avail. So this originally came out on PS3, Xbox 360, and then it was taken down due to licensing issues because Ubisoft published the game and it's using the Scott Pilgrim IP, which is presumably owned by a different company. Finally, in 2020, Ubisoft finally listened to their pleas and announced a surprise remaster in celebration of the movie adaptation's 10th anniversary. So the game released in January of 2021. There was only one problem for PC players. The game did not release on Steam because of Ubisoft's deal with Epic Games, so it's released only on the Epic Games Store and Uplay. So
what's the problem that it's talking about there?
So it was, I guess for the last 2 years, it was on PC, but on Epic Games. Which people don't like the Epic Games Store. Only for the free games. They only like it for the free games. Don't buy your games on Epic, because like, especially, I don't know if this is fixed or not. Originally, when the Epic Store came out, you could only play your games on if you're connected online.
Yeah. Okay, so that would be pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Because Steam has an entire thing dedicated to offline mode.
Yeah, and also Steam has the Steam Deck, which, if you're going to travel with it, presumably you will be offline at some points.
Yeah.
Yeah. The game's Steam release date is set to January 5th, 2023, finally allowing users to play the game on the platform. Here's the thing this article does not mention. This game is using anti-cheat software, which is very much unnecessary for a single-player game. Or it's multiplayer, but you're not really competing against each other. It's not like a competitive game.
Anti-cheat for a non-competitive game that's really just adding a moving part in it that it doesn't need to be there. It's probably going to make it run.
Yeah, it's running. It's not running up to snuff.
Because, but yeah, they're already saying that.
Oh yeah, just look at the Steam reviews on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It received mixed reception so far. So yeah, it's Oh wait. Okay, the first review I'm looking at right now. It's the first review is you can make controllers work on these games. Follow these steps, and it's like 10 steps. Shouldn't the game just have native controller support?
Yeah, and it's like a reply or you said it's a review that's having to show you how to do that.
Yeah.
Someone that already purchased the game.
Yeah. Oh, and also, okay, it turns out that this game will launch through Ubisoft. Yes. Yeah, so you need Ubisoft Connect to play this game. So
I would guess that's inconvenient because I don't have that shit.
Yeah. So yeah, so incorporates third-party DRM, de novo anti-tamper. Oh, it's called anti-tamper now. Okay.
Oh, not anti-cheat. Anti-tamper.
Yeah. I guess they had to change that name, I guess. And it requires a third-party Ubisoft Connect account. Well, I bought this on Switch, luckily, which doesn't require all that stuff.
Oh, so you've played it through already? Like, did you beat it and everything? Was it good?
Well, I mean, no, I dropped the game because I did not like it. So,
oh no.
Yeah, but it's about the principle. Right. It's about the principle for those that do like it.
You just have to own it.
Yeah, I don't know. This was like almost 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. I might just like have to give it another try. I don't know. People kept giving me crap for not liking Doom Eternal, and then so.
What? Okay, rewind. What did you just say? You said you don't like Doom Eternal for what are your reasons?
No, the level design.
I haven't played it, but it looks badass. What's wrong with
it? The level design is just inferior to 2016.
Oh, I think I've heard people say that. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. So that I said that, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna replay it. I'm gonna give it another chance. And then
you liked it?
It was warmer. The level design still atrocious.
So when you say atrocious, like, are you complaining about it being like it flowing worse? Like, what's wrong with the level design?
Well, it just seems like hell bent on slowing you down. There's like there's one level that's just like there's just purple. There's just a purple floor everywhere where you just can't jump.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And you go slower. It's like, was that necessary?
Okay, so you don't like things that feel like they're just like adding extra to do things. You want to be able to just blaze through it. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to blaze through it, but it's just like it's hampering the movement options. Where I just go slower and can't jump, and it's just the entire floor. If this was in bits and pieces, I was just like, okay, I'd have to be cognizant of that. I have to try avoiding it. No, it's just the entire floor. You have to get through with that. It's not
the way you're supposed to like kind of bounce through it or something like that. Like, I don't know, go on the wall or some shit. There's not anything like that.
I mean,
purple floor time.
I mean, there is elements for that.
It's just you feel like it's like bullshit that you have to like work around it.
Yeah.
Be able to walk on the floor.
Yeah, essentially. But all right, here's quite the topic that I highly okay. I got quite the topic. All right.
All right, so, I'm ready. Let's go.
So
Skylanders.
By the way, Chaz and I are have a Skylanders stream series, so make sure you tune into those. Yeah.
Oh.
But there's this user called SkyL Throwaway that says, took a survey for Activision. I was asked about potential interest in a new Skylanders compilation title. And
Okay.
I'm assuming this is probably just some like, placeholder stuff, mock-up screenshots. But if you look here, this looks quite bad, quite bad. But this has
Oh my,
basically,
this is 2023. That's not an
yeah,
old game. That is a new one. Okay.
yeah. So
That is pretty bad.
yeah. So it is a remaster of the first three Skylanders games.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I don't believe it's real. I believe this is a fake. And
Okay.
it's
Yeah, 'cause it's just a
basically,
throwaway Reddit account, right?
yeah, it's basically been confirmed to be fake. And okay, mess up the window there. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's a throwaway. Also says throwaway count took a survey for Activision, and I believe in the comments, it said he said something about it was after buying Crash 4. If I can scroll down, but here's the thing. No, why hasn't anybody else seen Crash, like, after buying Crash 4 on, I'm assuming PC. He did not specify.
Yeah.
But like, I got the
Just that.
survey randomly selected for buying Crash 4. Why has nobody else shown this off online anywhere?
Yeah, or corroborated it at
Yeah.
all, like in the thread itself. Like it seems like if that happened to you, you'd be like, "Oh, yo, same."
Yeah. This is I'm pretty certain this is fake. There's also, if you get into really nitty-gritty details here, like for example, if I zoom in to this, this is the Xbox 360 version of Skylanders, and
Okay.
of Spyro's Adventure, the first game, I should say.
Mhm.
Okay. Here, so the 360 version was like ported, and the PS3 version. They're ported by a different company, literally like 2 months before launch, because originally Activision was gonna develop it exclusively for the Wii, and then Nintendo struck down the deal. It's like, hey, we don't want this exclusive or whatever.
Ah,
They could have made some
then
major
last
money.
minute they ported it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Dang.
yeah. So like, there's definitely, it definitely looks different, you could say. But
Yeah,
this is
different.
using, see, the X and Y buttons are white. The only
Mhm.
the only real controller buttons that are white would be Wii U, and there ain't no way that they're releasing this for Wii U in 2023. There ain't no way. And also, there is an HD version of Spyro's Adventure that is not the PS3, Xbox 360 ports, because there is a either Japanese or Korean exclusive Wii U port, or yeah, Wii U port, and that was the only Skylanders game that Japan got.
Wow. Okay, so they can only play it on the Wii U. Got it.
Yeah. Uh, to be fair, arguably the Wii U is the definitive edition, or definitive way to play every title. Uh,
Yeah,
but
but to be limited to that whenever the
yeah,
rest of the world just gets to choose is like that kind of sucks.
yeah, it was also published by Square Enix in Japan only.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not. I highly doubt. And by the way, if you see the description, it says, Skylanders, Spyro's Adventure, Giants, and Swap Force remastered in HD for the first time in Skylanders history. No figures required. So it says remastered in HD when the games were already in HD on everything except for the Wii.
Okay, so this is like, so I'm trying to picture like somebody typed up this post and somebody hit send on this post. Somebody chose that name like throwaway. Is this like a group of people that were like, bro, would it be funny if we just got the whole internet to believe that there was a new Skylanders thing? Or do you think it's one guy who was like, what if I just did this? And he just logged into Reddit that day and just said fuck it and then did a hoax. Like, why do you think people do this?
To be fair, there has been like a lot of copium that was just like, oh, Skylanders is gonna come back, and for like the past like two
So it
years.
is motivated from like the community really wanting it.
Yeah, like they want to
Yeah.
see it come back, and also not to mention that Toys for Bob, which is the creator and main developer for Skylanders, they're working on
Mhm.
Crash Bandicoot right now, and that's coming out
Yeah,
this
that's
year.
pretty big.
That's coming out this year. So yeah, yeah, this is just I don't know. I mean, funny, haha. I guess like it may be just like, oh, hey, let's because if enough people talk about this, because a lot of like normie gaming channels were talking about this post. I'm not saying that's real, but people have been talking about Skylanders again.
People's attention.
Yeah, it's getting people's attention, which I believe like Disney and some other companies like do this, or they just like kind of leak something out there that's not even real just to gauge interest.
I've always wondered if people do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be the thing that's happening. That could, yeah. So this is I don't like, why would you have, I don't understand why this would be in a survey. Like especially when it's like this low quality and you're sending out to the public. I get it if it's
that definitely just sounds made up. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're pitching it to executives, I get it if it looked like this. But this looks like something you would leak out that is, like confidential, but you're saying you just got it from a from a survey. It's like,
like if they're gonna like go and give it to random people, then probably they would be doing it in a form where they wouldn't have access to like just a raw image like that they could upload.
Yeah, and
or like a paper or whatever this is.
I mean, also, why is the Activision logo just like that? Like, what if it's supposed to be like you put the logo over it if it's confidential, not if you're putting it in a public survey.
Yeah, I feel like, it looks like it's just some guy just decided to do some shit. He went in Photoshop and Googled Activision transparent logo and then overlaid it and said, I'm going to post this on Reddit.
Yeah, but by the way, so there is this looks like absolutely the worst character select screen ever, because you have to like cycle between, there's like over like 100 Skylanders or whatever. If you have to put in a linear line, a better character select menu would probably be like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance or Smash Bros type menu or something like that. But you know what? Okay, I'm just saying if there is a remaster of the original games with no toys, well, I would like to see I would like to see the other post Sky, like the characters from the later games, the Skylanders. I want to see like you can unlock them and play them in the original game. That would be cool. Just if it were to happen.
I don't know much about Skylanders. I told you before off stream that I do know that Neopets did a little. They tried to do their own little version of it, but
this was the whole fad.
It's so I played Webkins, and that was the thing where you had to go out, buy a physical product, a stuffed animal, and then go home and then enter the code into the website, and then you get the thing in the game. Is Skylanders kind of like that, where you get a playable character after buying a figure in real life? That's what it seems like.
But it's a little more magical than that. See, like it's a lot more immersive because there's a pack where you just like you have a portal that you connect to the console and then figures, and then
it physically connects to it.
Yeah, like with USB. The first game had a wireless one with Wii, but you put the figure on the portal and then instantly just appears on screen.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so satisfying as a kid to like take the toy home, plug it in, and then you're like, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, dude, it's great. Yeah, it was the biggest thing back in like 2013.
But you're saying that you would like to see a modern version of the game where, like, we were all kids, we had the toys, but like now we kind of just want to play the shit and don't want to have the roadblock of the physical thing. Is that what you're saying?
Like here's like, because it says no figures required. The thing is, like Toys for Life is a big investment, and I don't think it'll really work in 2023. You could say like online, but like if you're gonna buy the toys online, is that really like that magical, especially for kids? If you're just gonna like, if it's getting shipped to you, because like it was all about the hunt. All right, I went to Target and then I got that exclusive Trigger Happy. All right, and then the exclusive GameStop Jetpack or whatever. All right, I had a hunt for them.
Oh my gosh, everyone probably made so much money because there was probably stuff that was only sold at, you said Target. There was probably a lot of other stores like that too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of, so there were there's Sidekick Skylanders, and they in the first game they were only included in Frito-Lays, like bags, chip bags.
Frito-Lays? Like it was inside of the chip?
I don't I don't remember. Just I know that was like a whole promotion thing.
That would be fucking funny to have to open your chip bag and take out a little dusted up figure and be like, "Oh boy, ready to plug my USB in this."
Yeah, I don't know how that worked out, because I think by the time I got into it, they were like sold by their own, or maybe I got them secondhand. But
oh yeah, that makes sense. You'd have to buy them on eBay or something.
Yes, something like that. It was, oh yeah, that it was like it was a whole hunting process. But I just feel like it wouldn't really be the same, like because when in 2016 and 2017, the stores just weren't having it with Skylanders. They were like they were not going to restock anything. They were just going to push them out, and then that makes some figures $400 now today.
Damn.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
I think if you just want to like bring back the IP and you want to make it a remaster and justify its price, just have it like all characters included, and also you can unlock characters from future games that weren't playable in the first one. Like because how the figures work is that if you buy it, like say if a figure or if a character or Skylander is made for one game, it will work on all the future games.
Yeah.
But not the previous ones.
Yeah, so then you would have to go and buy it again. Or there probably were a lot of, with every physical product, there's a lot of perfectionists who will collect every single thing. There's probably a lot of YouTube channels out there that are pretty satisfying that have a lot of Skylander stuff. Oh my god, I have to get into this. What the fuck?
Actually, okay, so there is a Sky. Like you can get the you can get like 4 out of 6 games for like cheaper than the original.
Oh,
because like a lot of people bought into them. Wait, let me just okay, of course he played freaking like let me just show you this one video. I will show the screen, I'm just scrolling through. There's this one dude that has like 400 of one Skylander or something. Okay, wait. Okay, maybe I should just like look up freaking we're doing this live.
Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, there we go. All right, window capture, and then just look.
What's going on, guys? This is Mike Anoid, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my official count of food fights. So most of you know.
This is what I need in my life. This is exactly what I was expecting.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Got a whole bucket of like.
Look at that. Look at that. So
why wouldn't it?
301 food fights. And he
I think that extra one couldn't be 300.
Yeah, dude, look how many that is. Yeah, that's yeah.
Can I have a crumb of food fight?
I mean, to be fair, food fight is pretty common considering he was in like the starter pack for a trap team. So yeah. This segment
guys, I organize all of them. Why do you need to?
I mean,
what are you organizing them by?
So I heard how he started this. So he was buying cards, and it was like all the cards were like $1, but it'd be $5 shipping. And then he saw, okay, let's buy another like figure or whatever to justify the shipping. So then it was like, oh, there's 30 food fights in stock. Let's just buy them all because they're all like $1 to $2.
Yeah, why not?
Why? Because it evolved into this. Or
it reminds me of that guy that had the all the PewDiePie shaker cups. Did you see that guy?
I don't remember.
There was a guy that went and bought so PewDiePie, you know, he's partnered with G-Fuel or whatever. He has a cup, and that guy bought like all the versions of all the cups, and he was like, "I have your cup, dude," and he posted a million pictures on the subreddit, and then he ended up collabing with them, and it was crazy.
Nice.
And he just bought the cups. That's all he did.
Yeah. Okay, this is that. See, when I talk about something, I go in depth. I get autistic with it.
Yeah.
Naturally, so let's
retarded up in here.
Let's continue with rumor. Nintendo to slowly adopt elements from the Super Mario Bros. Movie into the video game series.
It's a great idea.
Man,
I'm sure no one's upset, just like all the other shit.
Brand synergy, am I right? I'm honestly I'm surprised that Nintendo hasn't announced a new Mario game to go alongside the movie. Like I felt like that would just been a shoo-in, and we've had a 3D Mario game in early 2021, but that was kind of like a side mode to a port, which really good side mode. It's like 4 hours of content, but it's really good 4 hours. And but before that, there was Super Mario Odyssey in 2017. So I feel like we are due for another 3D Mario, and if not a 3D Mario game, then I feel like 2D Mario would be a much easier shoe-in. All right, because movie and normies like 2D games. All right, because a lot of people fell off that train when Super Mario 64 came out, and then came back on when New Super Mario Bros. Came out. Yeah,
too many shapes going on.
Yeah, too many ways to direct the game. Like, my parents are all like, oh yeah, I played Donkey Kong back in the arcade. It's like, okay, hey, want to play this new 3D Mario game? It's literally like watching Dean Takahashi play Cuphead. It's that
They're
bad.
probably just sitting there like, what? I have to control a camera?
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. So, a known leaker has claimed that a new 2D Mario game is coming, and the style for it and the franchise may take elements from Illumination's upcoming The Super Mario Bros. Movie. So, the Super Mario Bros. Movie comes out in approximately 3 months, isn't it? So, we got a super chat. Yay! Chitin Chaz says autism. That's my middle name. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Very cool. And for this, so 3 months from announcement to release, that is a little slim, especially when it comes to like a movie tie-in game. But Nintendo has done that kind of stuff before. So I wouldn't, maybe it's to coincide with being released on Blu-ray or something of the sort. So
okay.
Yeah, and the latest 2D Mario game came out in 2013 or 2012 maybe. Yeah, 2012 New Super Mario Bros. U came out, which that is 10 years ago. That is quite surprised. But we've had Super Mario Maker and Super Mario Run, which are kind of spin-offs. But Super Mario Maker 2, that kind of Nintendo did not support that game well at all. Not nearly as well as they did with the first one.
Yeah, I heard a lot about the first one and not a lot about the second one, so that lines up.
Yeah, that it was really unfortunate. I was so hyped for Super Mario Maker 2. It's a good game. It's not a good sequel. All right, it just did not add enough.
If they just picked a new name, maybe would have gotten better reception.
Yeah, maybe. But let's continue. Nonetheless, the claims come from the insider Zippo. The Escapist reports that they correctly leaked remasters of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, Persona 3 Portable, and Persona 3 Golden. It's come full circle now. It's literally come full circle. And the leaker also correctly noted Sonic the Hedgehog 3 would be returning in some capacity, along with Sonic and Knuckles, both making the predicted return in Sonic Origins. So, everything noted above, that's Sega. Those are leaks of Sega stuff. So this, when it comes to Nintendo, that I feel like the track record still stands for itself. But we'll have to see how Nintendo deals with it. Their claims began in late August, at the time claiming a new 2D Mario title was in development, along with not being using the new Super Mario Bros. Moniker, which good. People are very sour on New Super Mario Bros., which makes sense considering it's like they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
And it's all the same level of design, which they're good games. I played 3 out of 4. I did not play the 3DS one, but the 3 I did play are really good. I enjoy them. The game would also be its own thing and feature a new art style that will probably take people by surprise. Zippo claimed the reported title would feature online multiplayer and would launch in Nintendo's fiscal year 2023 to 2024. So that means it would be between March of 2023 and March of 2024. So yeah, I guess that could be soon. We could see a direct coming pretty soon. Maybe it's just like, maybe it's announced at the new Nintendo World theme parks. It's like a special event. They also know the return of Wrecking Crew's Foreman Spike, who is reportedly set to appear in the Super Mario Bros. Movie and voiced by stand-up comedian Sebastian Maniscalco. Oh, wait, man, I'm not familiar with him.
Is he like? I'm gonna Google it and see if I recognize the face or anything, but probably still no.
That's okay. I was not expecting to see Foreman Spike return.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. So this is a notable leaker person. I wish we could know who this was and what the fuck conversation took place where they got all of this.
Yeah.
Just in a sit down. Like, they were just like, so listen up. We're doing this. And they're like, all right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think this new art style that'll be like jarring, I think it'll probably just kind of be a like, you know, a slightly, you know, more gamey version of the movie art style. Mm-hmm. Which I mean, for everybody, I mean, I like the movie art style except for Mario.
You do? Oh, I was gonna say, like, I don't really like how the movie looks, so I thought it was gonna be really bad news whenever it was saying like it's incorporating elements, but honestly, this looks fine. It's whatever.
I mean,
it's a Mario game. That's kind of standard.
We'll have to see what exactly the incorporating elements, because like, will that be like, you know, Foreman Spike?
Yeah.
Will that be Foreman Spike coming back? Will that yeah, just it's a little too vague, but I wouldn't be surprised if, because I think it's just like easy. But to be fair, Nintendo is not all that good when it comes to brand or doing things that make sense. Nintendo doesn't do that. So
their brand continuity is just off the wall.
It would make sense for Nintendo to release a game to go alongside with the movie, but it would also make sense that Nintendo doesn't do that, because Nintendo doesn't make sense. Exactly. Bars. That True. Yeah. Movie. Oh wait. Have you Googled the comedian?
Yes, I did, and no, I don't have any idea who it is still.
Okay. All right. So, Stadia. So, if you remember the Game Gear Podcast episode 31, that was 10 episodes ago. Technically, not including the anime special or any other specials. So we talked about Google Stadia being you know, done. They're done. Google Stadia is dead. All right. It's gone. It's rip bozo. It's out the back. All right. I think you can, like, you had a chance to like refund your games. How many people did that? Who knows? But
yeah, I mean, if you're the kind of person that already sunk all your stuff into, I would probably just be too disappointed to even want to fuck with it anymore at that point.
Yeah, and this is one of the main reasons why cloud gaming isn't taking off, because the cloud, it necessitates you have to connect to a server to play a game. There's input lag, and also, what if those servers go down? This is exactly what's happening right now. You're not going to be able to play Stadia. Everything you bought on there, nothing. It's just all means nothing. Your save data probably can't be transferred elsewhere.
Very sad. Hope you got it in time.
Yeah. This also is extending to the controller, which has been updated to allow Bluetooth for other devices. So, this is from Dan from Google, the community manager. Stadia controller, how to enable Bluetooth. Hey there, Stadians. You can now update your Stadia controller firmware to enable Bluetooth low energy connections. Heads up, this update will permanently disable Wi-Fi connectivity, so please wait to update your controller if you want to use it wirelessly on Stadia tomorrow.
Tomorrow, if you want to transfer all your game stuff tomorrow because you can't have it anymore because they were never your games to begin with, dude. Sorry.
Find the update tool here. More info on the Bluetooth update available. So, that, if you want to play Stadia one last time, you're gonna. I believe
that there's like one dev that was just, well, I don't know if it was one. I assume there would only be one guy or maybe two that are left giving a fuck enough to be like, guys, let's unlock the device for the people that bought it. Let's make sure they can use it with other stuff. Because I don't know, like, who would even want to put resources into this after they just kill the service.
Yeah, like, to be fair, that it probably should have been unlocked from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, is there really a reason I can't use a Google controller on Android, for example, or only connected to a single Stadia app?
Well, obviously not, because now you can just do that. So
yeah,
it looks like they were able to do it the whole time.
Yeah. Do you remember how Stadia, like, when it came to the marketing leading up to launch, it was like saying something about how because Stadia will have like connectivity with YouTube, so viewers can like join the game through a link on YouTube on a stream.
Oh, that was so obscure. I barely remember that, but yeah, I do remember hearing about that.
I don't think that was ever implemented.
So they just talked out of their ass. They just made that up. Source my ass.
Yeah, basically that. Nice. Yeah, that is true. I feel like if they just leaned into that streamer aspect of it, it would have been cool. Like, imagine, how DS has the guest mode, or like you would just if one of your friends had a game, then you could just like, it's download play. That's what it's called. You could just like,
I didn't know it did that.
You could play like a demo of said game multiplayer.
Oh, does that mean that the developers had to make a demo every time they made a regular game as well, or did it just like only let you play until a certain point? Maybe.
There's technically like a download play version. I don't think every developer had to opt into it. But for example, on Mario Kart DS, if you own the game, you just have like you just own the game. But if you use if you use download play on your friend's game, you can play with your friend, but you're gonna be Shy Guy.
Okay, so cute. That reminds me of like when you could play online with your friend if you were at their house and playing like Halo 3 is what I'm thinking of, but I guess pretty much any Halo game at that time could do that, where you would just have the second controller play as a guest, and then it's like, okay, you can just play online. You don't have to pay for Xbox Live for the second person, but they're gonna say guest, and you're gonna tell that person nobody, don't even have a name.
Yeah, that also apply like Minecraft and stuff too, but it was like unique for the DS download play, because like Shy Guy is only playable if you use download play in Mario Kart DS.
Oh, that's kind of cute. So there's like exclusive stuff to that feature.
Kind of, but you're still like tied to only being able to play with your friend that owns the game. And like I think that applies to like 4 players. So if you only need one guy with Mario Kart for all 4 to play, I thought that was cool. But
that is cool.
I felt like this probably should have just been unlocked from the start. I'm glad it is unlocked now. I actually heard the Stadia controller is like good, so.
So they just sold everyone a good device and didn't let them use it, and then took away the one little service that they even fucking gave them. Awesome. Yeah, it should have been unlocked from the start.
Yeah. 4 years later, and now it's dead, and now we can.
Wait, only 4 years? I could have sworn it was longer. That's
it launched in 2019.
Oh.
So
wow.
Or, I don't know. It might have been late 2019. Because it was announced like earlier.
2019 was 4 years ago. I guess that's also true.
Yeah, that's also yeah. You have to like wrap. 2018's 5 years ago. Feeling old now.
Yeah, very.
Moving on. Rumor: Baten, Kaitos, Eternal Wings remake coming from Bandai Namco and Monolith Soft. So, dude, we're just covering all the rumors today.
Yeah, we're just gossiping. Gamer gossip.
A juicy new rumor seems to be doing the rounds, which if true, could be incredibly exciting and fairly surprising at the same time. X-Pooter, that's a funny name.
X-Pooter
is reporting from their source
doesn't poot no more.
Oh, okay, that's a leaker name, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That Bandai Namco and Xenoblade Chronicles developer Monosloth have been working together to produce a remake of the GameCube game Baten Kaitos Eternal Wings and the Lost Ocean to the Nintendo Switch, with Nintendo overseeing the project. Dude,
Wow.
this would be quite the I don't know. This would be I feel like definitely a niche. Oh, the link in the article is literally just the entire game long play.
That's so funny. They're just like, here's the whole thing, by the way.
Yeah, I like how it has chapters. That's kind of cool.
Oh wow! Someone took the time to go and do that.
Oh shoot, yeah, yeah, in the description.
You know, they probably did it in the description first, and then we're just like, yeah, I'll go back and edit.
Yeah, yeah, but I really don't know anything about this game. I just thought this was, but like this would be another like solid JRPG exclusive for Nintendo. Because
a silly little leaker, dude.
Yeah.
Exotic. How exotic, by the way.
Real. So yeah, because like if we're looking at like the JRPG lineup, Nintendo has Pokemon, Fire Emblem, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Xenoblade Chronicles, and then Baten Kaitos. Like this is a JRPG machine, probably like only rivaled by the PS Vita. And this would be a and also I mean Octopath Traveler was exclusive at launch, not anymore though. And also, and I don't know if Live Alive, that might be Nintendo Switch exclusive, I'm not sure.
I feel like exclusivity is just becoming less of a thing in general
Yeah.
now. I like it, but at the same time I'm like, I guess I'm gonna kind of miss Gamer Wars kind of vibe.
If
I just
like
want to go
if the console owners like develop the game in house or like is like financially responsible for the game existing in the first place, that's fine. When it's Xbox like paying for 1 year of not Horizon, Tomb Raider rights just like exclusively for 1 year, I don't like why.
Yeah, like if you like, I feel like it's weird whenever people will be like, why is this one indie game not on literally every platform? Like, well, do you think its development like is exactly the same if you like obviously it's gonna be like they have to learn a completely new set of shit to make it for a different console probably. So I don't think that it's realistic to expect like people that are doing a passion project tiny game to make it for like every little thing. But yeah, I do think that whenever there's like a lot of money behind it, it's like at this point, like what really is the excuse other than like if the game can only run super well on like certain hardware, which I don't know if I've been the case in recent years.
Yeah, let's okay, before we get to the funny topic, let's just address a couple of smaller things. GoldenEye 007 arrives on Friday with Switch Online Plus expansion pack, and this is also on Game Pass. So don't get the expansion pack just for GoldenEye. But yeah, I mean this is cool. This is like a movie tie-in game from the 90s, and it's like coming back. That's kind of crazy. It's like a Battle for Bikini Bottom coming back. It's like a licensed kids game from like the GameCube era back.
Yeah, I think I had one of them on the Nintendo 64. That was long time ago, yeah.
Rumor: Elizabeth Lail has been cast as Vanessa in Five Nights at Freddy's film.
I did not know there was a film, and who is Elizabeth?
So, okay. This film's probably been in development hell starting in like 2015, 2016. And it's gotten out of it like in 2019, maybe 2020. But the creator's well involved with it. I don't remember Vanessa is, I'm pretty sure, is introduced in Security Breach, but teased in Help Wanted. So yeah, this is a weird thing. This is a weird, I don't know why Vanessa would be in this movie unless it's like literally for a post-credit scene. Which I could imagine a Five Nights at Freddy's film doing this. So I don't know who Elizabeth Lail is. There she is.
So I guess just the significance is that there is a thing that's happening with the movie because the movie has not really been talked about very much since 2015, I'm assuming. And then also that this character seems pretty irrelevant. So it's like there was a lot
there was a lot of talk in 2021 because Scott made a Reddit post that was like saying, "Hey, we're going with this story straight up."
Oh, so he did already confirm that like he's participating, that he has a story that it's gonna be it's all like canon. Well, as canon as anything.
It's I don't think it's going to be its own universe, but it's gonna be like not completely bastardized, basically.
Yeah, I tried to consume like Five Nights at Freddy's lore stuff. Like I actually tried to figure out what the fuck was going on. And then after a while I was like, bro, I don't think the creator knows what's going on.
Okay, if you give me like give me like an hour, I could probably explain it to you. I really could. I could. I regard everything after Ultimate Custom Night to be Apocrypha, honestly. Just because just don't take any of the lore into the new games into account. Just don't.
Got it.
Yeah. So like if Vanessa is in this game, it implies some major things for this movie. Either that or she's just gonna be teased this movie. It's like, because I thought that, because I believe this is gonna be like the Michael Afton story, and that's like Vanessa's after that. She takes once you see Vanessa, she's Apocrypha. That's in my opinion. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, because I thought this was gonna be filming in like 2021, but I guess not. So
yeah, that was a little while ago.
Okay.
They're still there filming to this day.
Jack Black has just been in a pizzeria this whole time. I believe he is in the movie, by the way.
Mystery. I feel like I have I can't tell if that was a meme or not. Did they announce that he was? That's a thing.
I don't. It's kind of vague at the moment. I just feel like it has to be.
Oh my god.
It has to be. I feel like he was in talks to do it. But yeah, that's
I'm seeing a lot of memes about it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because he would dance on TikTok to the what was it? Golden Tombstone, Five Nights at Freddy's song.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same picture of him over and over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
Awesome.
Are you ready for for context? I showed this just a very low res screenshot this to Moxie, and she was like, "Is this real? Are you? Is this real?" So, claim Sony owns a patent for a interactive commercial system that allows viewers to skip commercials by yelling the brand name of the advertiser to their television or monitor.
I actually can't believe this. They thought this through and then got some dude to doodle it and then patented that shit. That costs money. They had to spend time on this. They're taking this seriously, where they want people to be in their living rooms screaming at their television. And I'm assuming it's trying to get it in their head or whatever, so that they're yelling out Sony or whatever they want to skip the ad. But imagine being the person that's trying to fucking sleep, and then the other person is just trying to watch TV or whatever, and then you hear them just yelling, like it says up there, McDonald's in the living room. That would piss you off. This just feels like it's not thought through at all. But it definitely was, because they patented it. What the fuck is this?
That you have to get the technology before anyone else can. So
they just had to make sure no one else wanted to brainwash the consumers first.
Yeah, I mean, this all just speaks for itself. So you just you just have to say specifically the name of the advertiser that is currently. So I feel like if anything, this would just kill TV or maybe it's supposed to be for YouTube or Hulu or something of the sort. Because
oh my gosh, imagine if you got kids to start screaming it to skip it. Oh.
Fisher Price.
Oh no.
Skylanders. Yeah, well, you just gotta yell the name, and then it'll all go away. even though I feel like the kid would probably be entertained by the commercial. It's gotta see. They'll just repeat it out of nowhere. It's like, oh, that's what we gotta get him for Christmas. Yeah,
it's just gonna start getting Tourette's and compulsively screaming just Reese's out of nowhere all the time, just because he did it a couple times to skip the ad.
Yeah, I at this point, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this was actually added to a TV. Who knows if we'll catch on though?
Can you still talk to your Xbox to turn it off? Do they still have that?
You have to. I'm pretty sure Cortana is an Xbox.
Okay.
I remember it.
The same now. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember it as early as 2019, or like as late, I should say. I haven't really messed with it as much then, but like I remember I'd be in voice chat and I'd say, I'd say something that but Cortana would be like, oh, I just feel like I'm on Windows. Hopefully this doesn't activate. I'd be like, hey, Cortana. And then Cortana would just like activate out of nowhere on Xbox. And it's like, oh, and it like, I might be like doing something important and online where it doesn't pause,
Yeah, so what I was remembering was that there were videos online of people being in matchmaking lobbies, and it's like they'll rage quit, except like it's not rage quitting because it's like forcing the other person to rage quit because you had the rage because they killed you, and you're just like, Xbox, turn off. And then it's like they just lose all their shit, and it's like, okay, you can just do that now, I guess. I just felt like that was the same kind of flaw where it's like, did anyone think about this before they patented it and then like put it in the whole product?
Dude, this is gonna be great. All right. To see, this might drive up the rates or like the amount of money that channels will get for advertisements.
They're gonna be, oh my god, they're gonna be recording you the whole time, and they're gonna be like paying the person like more, or the advertiser more based on like what kind of interaction they're getting with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing as like an Amazon or anything. If anything, there might just be like it might be just compatible with an Amazon or a Google Dot or whatever it's called, to be like you connect it to the TV, then you just like yell it into the Amazon Echo or whatever, and then it was like, okay, so it's not like integrated in the TV. It's only for people who actually have the things recording them at all times anyway.
True. Going back to the Cortana thing, I also feel like it's kind of a flaw to name the thing that's activating the voice AI on your console, like naming it the same thing as like the woman from your flagship series.
Yeah.
Like I feel like naming it Cortana when that's a character in a fucking video game on the Xbox that people are going to talk about, I feel like that's just kind of like, maybe it just should have stayed on the drawing board and never left it.
Yeah, that is fair. I believe there is in the options you can disable it, Cortana. Like it won't voice activate.
Or maybe change the name to something else. I know that Amazon products let you do that. You can change it to Echo or Alexa or whatever.
I don't know if it can do that. I remember I just got so pissed. I was like, okay, I have to look up how to disable this, because I wasn't even saying Cortana. All right, I was playing Minecraft with the boys, and then it would just activate out of nowhere. And it was like, oh, I was bridging. Okay.
And then you just yoted.
Yeah, I fell onto a tree.
Fat L shouldn't have owned an Xbox.
Yeah, it's almost like Microsoft owns Minecraft. So
Spooky how that works.
we got two topics left. Let's go. The final update.
Marvel. Another thing I know nothing about. Let's go.
Marvel's Avengers is a catastrophic failure. Failure. And on the 20th of January 2023, to our amazing community, after 2.5 years and introducing 12 of Earth's mightiest heroes following update 2.8 on March 2023, we will no longer add new content or features to Marvel's Avengers. All official support for the game will end on September 30th, 2023. So, This game came out in what was it, 2020? Yeah, I believe so. This game had the biggest IP going for it. All right, and it was it came, and then it just squandered it because it was so bad, and the characters just looked nothing like either the movie or the game counterparts. They just looked like cheap models. And
Aww.
and also, you know how a lot of games have voice models, or not voice,
Yeah.
where like face models for the characters. For example,
Oh, so you're saying like it's modeled after a real person?
yeah, like for example, the voice actor of Spider-Man in the PS4 game, that's the voice, or that's the face model for Spider-Man in that game.
Yeah, that's cool.
That I think the same is for The Last of Us and all that stuff. But I don't even think that Marvel's Avengers had face models, so they just all looked generic. Because I remember between two trailers, they completely reworked Black Widow's face. Which means that was like, okay, did you recast her voice actress as too? Like, what happened there? No, it's literally just
the face.
Yeah,
No face.
yeah, just different face completely. And okay, also Raven Slain says in chat, Miss Marvel is ass. So the main character of the campaign is Miss Marvel, who at this point was not introduced in the MCU. Not like that really matters. I don't think that show really took off. But so you have to play as a character that frankly nobody cares about all that much.
It's
And
new. It's different. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like just having your make your own hero, that probably would have been a bigger selling point than just Miss Marvel. It's like if you have to have a POV character and you can later in the game you can play like as the other heroes.
Yeah.
But if you are to make a POV character, I feel like just like having your own hero, just being able to customize that would be a cool selling point.
My first thing that I was going to say was, well, it seems like most people that play that game are probably men, so it feels a little weird to make the main playable character that you can't switch off of, even though it's like kind of a self-insert, to make it a woman. But then I was thinking that every guy that I play games with IRL, like they always choose women. When they have the option, like they always pick the woman to play as. So I feel like that's just a thing that guys do sometimes. They just play as the chick so they can look at the butt. So maybe it was a strat.
I mean, okay. Well, Miss Marvel's underage, so let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Yoda.
Yeah, but like she is not like iconic like a Captain America or Iron Man is.
Just like a random. Yeah.
And not to mention,
I remember when this happened on Twitter.
Not to mention that Spider-Man is locked behind the PlayStation 4 version. So you can only...
Wait, what?
Yeah, you cannot play as Spider-Man in Marvel's Avengers if you don't have PlayStation.
Sony just really wants to hang on. Damn.
Yeah, they bought those exclusive rights for the exclusive content. And
wow.
There's all sorts of stuff. Like by the time there was like a big expansion, it was like the next year. So there's like over 4 months just to get like Black Panther in the game. Black Panther, arguably he should have been there since launch, but I get how he's like the first one to kick off the DLC. Yeah. But it was a little too late at that point.
Yeah.
And this game just from the direction to the development, I'm sure there's a bunch of turmoil when it came to it. I remember people were doxxed. Like it showed your IP address somewhere in the window.
Oh my god.
So if you're to stream it, it would just show your IP address.
Nice. Yeah, they just don't care about you then.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately,
that'd have to be like you'd have to go into OBS beforehand and like line it up and be like, no, I can't show this part of the screen. Wow, that's annoying.
Yeah, I think that's been removed since then, which shouldn't. Yeah, how does that slip through the cracks? And there's okay. I saw like a few months ago. I saw this game was like $1 or like $5 on sale. All right, that's how
like
nobody cares about this game. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. This is Square Enix has been taking a lot of L's recently, and this was like the beginning of that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is bad. Well, we're like talking about like 3 bad topics in a row. This is okay. We're gonna go back on the Ted Kaczynski type beat.
Good news.
NVIDIA broadcast.
AI got better.
Arguably. So, the NVIDIA broadcast adds an AI, which I can just show you through the video, which makes you have other like better improved quote unquote eye contact with the camera. So you put on camera, add effect, eye contact, and then
Oh
it's
my
just
god,
like an
it's an
AI.
anti-autism filter. You don't even have to worry about that shit anymore.
So eye contact off, looking there, eye contact on, looking. Wait, I don't see why this is that much of an issue. Like, why does, like, do you, like, I get it if you're, like, doing a presentation or whatever in this context. Vignette plus background blur. Okay, that's kind of cool. But, like, this is meant for streamers for the most part. Like, is anybody asking for, like, improved eye contact with the camera? Especially in, like, a gaming stream.
Yeah, in a gaming setting, I guess that is, well, maybe some people are self-conscious that they aren't looking at the audience enough, but I don't think the audience is really ever expecting for them to not be looking at like the game. Like, I don't want my streamer to be like looking at the webcam, like, bro, just look at the game, and I'm looking at the game, and I guess you're there, and I guess I'm here. Like, feels weird to make it like, yeah, if it's not happening naturally, then it's always going to feel weird. But I can also see it just being a cool thing. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, well, I want to see what chat thinks about this.
Yeah,
because this is interesting to say the least.
I think that I am pretty much just as a blanket excited when AI gets better at anything. And I think that like I am running into a million people who disagree with me on Twitter, and I wasn't expecting it. I just think it's cool when technology gets better at things that are useful for us, probably.
Is it about like the AI art stuff?
Yeah, I've gotten in conversations about the AI art. Yes.
I don't know. People get really like uppity about that stuff. It's like,
if you're an artist, find another medium. If your medium can be done by a computer and that's your only job, and you're saying, I have to go back to my quote unquote real job, then you were never that creative to begin with if you can't find something else to do. I just feel like it's not as big of an issue as people are making it out to be as far as like stealing jobs. I do think that if the AI was worse, then it could be liable for plagiarism, because it really is just drawing from a lot of different images to make its own. So if it was drawing from like only a few, then yeah, it would probably take a lot of inspiration from like a few artists that would be pretty upset. But it's drawing from like everything. They're so good now. I don't know. I feel like we should just have it. Like, it's just fun to have. It's good to have. It's useful. I feel like the artist can find lots of other things to do, and that's coming from an artist myself.
Yeah, I to be fair, like I have benefited from AI art. I'll like for thumbnails, it's like I'll use this for a singular video. Because like I really cannot afford somebody to draw, like, because there's some YouTubers that like have, you know, like say like 500K or more, that like all their thumbnails are drawn and they're completely separate images every thumbnail. Yeah. I can't do that.
Yeah, that's like everyone chooses what they want to put resources into, and if you don't want to be a thumbnail guy, if you want to be a video guy, then it makes sense to kind of just supplement the thumbnail with the AI. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Do people yell at you about it on Twitter or something?
I don't think I've ever. Okay, to be fair, I did post like a few AI art, and then people get like kind of butthurt about that. It's like AI art spotted.
I didn't even think that there would be drama. Like, I heard about, I live in a bubble a lot of the time, and I heard about the AI art first, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Wow, I didn't know it could do all this shit. And then I was like, wait, why are there memes about it being bad? I don't understand. And then I went on Twitter for the first time in a while, and I was like, oh my god, everyone's mad. What happened?
Like, you know, like I'd say like it makes sense if you don't like it. I wouldn't say it's like, because it's like a moral crusade against it, basically.
Yeah, I don't believe in any moral crusades against fucking, I shouldn't say it as a blanket statement, but like probably against like any kind of like technology advancing thing. Like it just feels like it fucking find something else to do because that's just more important. It's like stopping like, I don't know, information from being found out because like you might not be able to like do your very niche thing anymore. Like find a different niche. Like that's what you're supposed to be good at in the first fucking place. Like do it.
Yeah,
Right?
I can see you're getting like really passionate about this, defending
Bro, I just
AI
thought
art.
about this in my server. Like Exotic in chat, he said AI art is based. Artists suck for real. They
For
don't have
real.
to. They are both based. They can both exist. Any artist that is crying about AI art taking their job just needs to do different fucking art. Like, I'm sorry. Find something that it can't do. That's
Real.
always what you got to do. Just catch up.
Real. So true. But that is that is just about all the topics we have for today, unless you have a final statement on the AI art or AI anything topic.
I do have one actually, because I just remembered that all of the women on Twitter are artists. So actually, if you hate AI art and you are a woman and you want to be friends with me, I also hate AI art. And I am now anti. So that's all I have to say.
Huh?
But only for the women though.
Okay. So
I don't want to disqualify all of the female friends ever by being like, bro, fuck artists. Because it's like, I'm out here posting art and I'm just like, it just feels like it's a niche thing though. Like I feel like the people crying about it are not every artist, and I feel like it's just a handful of people on Twitter. So.
Yeah. I mean, like going, circling back, we in the Persona 3 Portable remaster, the backgrounds are AI upscaled, so it's using AI instead of, which that AI is free, and it's not it's not paying some artists to
it's allowing the thing to be done. Now we're getting the thing.
I mean, thing is, it looks bad.
I cared about the thing.
It looks bad.
Okay.
And the upscale, the way it's upscaled, it's not good looking.
So that's more reason why we need to not be stopping the AI from getting better in the first place, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's an indicator that we just need to get better at it and work at it more.
Yeah, and if it's not good, just do it manually. Like, make them like vector images and then scale them that way.
Mm-hmm. Is that the way that they're usually done?
Yeah.
And they just tried to do it with AI this time because they were a little maybe tight on resources or motivation.
So I obviously wasn't there for the development of P3P, but I
guess that would be pretty niche.
I would imagine there's like the art there is like high quality, and then they just like had to scale it down for the PSP.
Yeah.
Or it was just interpreted by the PSP hardware that way. I'm not sure, but I feel like there's just there was another way to do it. Like I could probably because there is a way to like convert pixel images into vector images, and you could have just done that basically. Yeah. Ivan Lozano says artists complaining about AI art can't compete. I don't know anyone who is mad that can or whose job isn't threatened. AI art is literally just Photoshop 2.0. Yeah, to be fair, there's a lot of automation when it comes to Photoshop, where it's like
every time you get a new version of Photoshop, it gets a little bit better at zooming in and out. That's how you know there's something going on.
Yeah, but like for example, with the magic pen or the magic wand tool, it just selects everything in one color, or like that's close to that color. That could obviously like is it
trained to be better at that? Yeah.
Is it better to is it better because you did it all manually? Just because you went through. You gotta sit
there and you gotta click each pixel manually. You gotta do that, or else you're not an artist and you're stealing jobs, dude.
Yeah. Yes. For real.
You used Midjourney to use AI art, dude. You're a job stealer. Can't believe you.
Yeah. Kite and Chaz says great podcast today, Manic. So true. And also if you enjoyed the guests I had on today, and for I should say the reason Jax is not here is that he I don't know if he wants that public, but he had it canceled last minute due to personal issues. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on last minute, by the way.
I was happy to. I don't usually get to do like collaborative content, and I don't even usually release my own in video form. So it's really exciting to be able to actually do something and exist somewhere. I do have a website. Can I plug that real quick?
Yes, you can. You have the wrench. You can, put that in the chat. Also, her like YouTube is in the description. I'm not sure how YouTubers collectively refer to it as, but it's at what is it? Raw Moxie.
Yeah, I've only had this YouTube account for a little bit, so the URL isn't even custom, so you gotta click that shit.
Yeah,
but my site is easy to type though. I typed it in chat. It is moxie.site, but the O in Moxie is a 0. And it's just .site, not .com. Moxie.xyz also leads to the same place.
Very cool.
And I have a blog, and I write about my feelings and thoughts if anyone gives a fuck. But I also just post art and crafts and stuff, and I will be selling crafts on there soon too.
All right, very cool. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on so last minute. I hope you all have a good day, and thank you so much for watching, and thank you Kite and Chaz for all your super chats.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. We hope you have a good day. Peace out.
Bye.